Welcome. I think everyone can hear me by now. So, May 2022 will probably go on record as the month with the most concerts ever. So happy to have opened up rehearsals recently for the wind instruments. The calendar is completely bursting with deferred concerts from spring 2020. The fact that you chose to be here with us today is not lost on us, and we truly appreciate you. Bonsoir. Bonsoir. J'aurais bien aimé vous présenter le programme d'aujourd'hui en anglais et en français, mais j'espère que vous me pardonnez de la faire uniquement en anglais. Merci. Oh. Also, could we all turn off our cell phones, mostly for the orchestra? Cell phones, please. Thanks. The first piece today is English Folk Song Suite, one of English composer Ralph Vaughan Williams' most famous works. It was first published for the military band and premiered in 1923. It was then arranged for orchestra in 1924. The suite consists of 3 movements: march, intermezzo, march. The first march is called 17 Come Sunday. The intermezzo is subtitled My Bonnie Boy, which will showcase our fine oboe soloist. Please stand. Or stay standing, and his accomplice, Kirsten. Okay, you can sit now. And the final movement is based on 4 folk songs from Somerset, which includes some very impressive trombone playing. That's a cue for my trombone section. Ralph Vaughan Williams is one of the great symphonists of his time. Strongly influenced by Tudor music and English folk song, his output marked a decisive break in British music from its German-dominated style of the 19th century. He continued composing through his 70s and 80s, producing 9 symphonies over the span of 60 years. Goals. Throughout his life, he sought to be of service to his fellow citizens and believed in making music available to everyone. It is fitting that we open our very first concert as a wind ensemble with his folk song suite. I will call it a successful evening if I do not fall down these steps. So, just a short work, festive or celebration in spirit. This is how Dmitri Shostakovich himself described the work he had written as a commission for the Bolshevik Theater in 1954, named The Festive Overture. Eventually arranged for a symphonic band, it has become one of his most enduring works. As stated in Great Music for Wind Band, it should be noted that the fourth trumpets and euphoniums are assigned a formidable part, doubling an upper woodwind melody that requires technique, facility, and range. So guess what we're going to do now? I'm going to have the trumpet section stand up, please. Then I'm going to have the clarinets and saxophones, and all of you clarinet sections stand up. I'm already standing up. Part of the upper wind. And the flutes, also part of the upper winds. So we're going to pay attention to what they do. And I just as soon include the tuba and euphonium. Enjoy.
For our next number, we'd like to know.
I've got too many jobs. Okay. That was fun, yeah? What did I tell you about the trombones? Hello, it's on. Nimrod is the name given to the ninth and best-known variation in Sir Edward Elgar's Enigma Variations, an orchestral work of 14 variations on an original theme. In a letter dated 24th October 1898, Elgar mentions to his close friend and publisher, August Jäger, that he has started working on a set of variations for orchestra. Jäger means hunter in German, is portrayed as Nimrod, hunter from the Old Testament. This letter reads, "My dear Jäger, here is the, quote, Grecian ghost which unburied remains inglorious on the plain, unquote, or in the hills." He goes on for another 2 paragraphs, then he concludes, "Since I've been back, I have sketched a set of variations, orchestri, on an original theme. The variations have amused me because I've labeled them with the nicknames of my particular friends. You are Nimrod. That is to say, I've written the variations, each one to represent the mood of the party. I've liked to imagine the party writing the variation, himself or herself, and have written what I think they would have written. If they were bleep enough to compose, it's a quaint idea, and the result is amusing to those behind the scenes, and won't affect the hearer who knows nothing. What think you? Much love and sunshine to you, Ed." Seriously, he did put a bad word in that letter. Since this piece is near and dear to David Yensen, our conductor, we dedicate our performance of it to David. Because of his effort, we have reached our #Wind Ensemble goals. Okay, it's not my turn, it's Gerry. There he is. Do you want my phone?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Gerry Stephenson. I am conducting two pieces tonight. Thank you, David. And I won't thank the angle grinder that hurt my thumb, preventing me from playing for most of February, March, and April. I just got back to playing, I guess, 3 weeks ago. So again, thank you, David, for allowing me to do some conducting with this fine group. Rimsky-Korsakov's Mlada is hard to define. It's like an opera, but it's a ballet. There's non-speaking rules, and it's really crazy too. It's the libretto is really complex. It's almost like he tried to copy the theme that Mozart did with Magic Flute, where he's got weird creatures and underworld, and that's all in this too. The story, Princess Mlada, it was named after her role is completely dance. There's no singing, and she's murdered early on in the opera just to keep it interesting. The story involves magic, evil spirits, trips to the underworld, and the climax of an entire village is submerged by an overflowing lake, and Yaromir and Mlada are seen ascending on a rainbow. This is the cortege, so it's the announcement of procession. So it's written, it's supposed to be quite stately, but the more I play it, the more I know it. It makes me think of something that's actually kind of, Rimsky-Korsakov, this is the time of the Tsars, was making fun of everybody. So this is Cortege from Mlada.
Short break, I'd say about 10 minutes, and we'll and hope you come back.